Police has officially condemned Brigadier Gininda and his behavior and other police officers. So today, the 12th of August 2025, police issued a statement concerning that. And they are saying, these shenanigans must stop. Now, let me give you context. Well, some of you will remember that there was a time where Brigadier Gininda and, in fact, the court went to Officialy. Brigadier Gininda covered his face. Well, the Department of Justice, Security, and the other word, they are saying, no, police must be identifiable. This thing of police covering themselves, they are saying, it must stop. Well, we are saying they need to put rules to also prohibit security from behaving the same way as police. Cover their face while wearing uniform. We don't even know whether you're talking to a police officer or not. Now, with that being said, this is what they tweeted today. Justice, Crime Prevention and Security, they are saying, wearing of buffs with uniform, members of South African Police Service, wearing of buffs by police official is not allowed. This practice is contrary to the Code of Conduct of the South African Police Service as it hides police official identity. What did Gininda do? Covers his face. And on the day, showed up on a Metro Police uniform. And you know what? Let me tell you this. We're gonna come back to the statement. Let me tell you this. Have you noticed that all cases where Gininda is involved, those witnesses' face are not shown? Have you noticed that? All cases where Gininda is involved, you will never see the witnesses' faces. All of his cases. It's always the case. So the man has been doing it deliberately to hide his face. So there are other things that were said by the department through their official Twitter page. It's not like we are reading from some other source. No. We are reading directly from the official Twitter page of the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security. So I want us to talk about that because Gininda did it, and these people are saying it. They even highlight the word "it is not allowed." It is not allowed. The question is, what will happen to Brigadier Gininda because he did it? Okay, we'll come back to that one. Let's start here. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To like the video, it is free of charge. You can also join. Click the join button. Become a member of this YouTube channel. You will pay from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also make use of the Super Thanks button. You can donate from as little as 20 Rand a month as we proceed. Now, let's unpack this. Because one will argue and say, no, Brigadier Gininda is on this thing, the Sons of Mabel trial. It's called what? The cold case unit, blah, blah, blah. Listen to them justifying when and who should be wearing this thing. They are saying, they said this. Only specialized unit deployed for specific or specified operation purposes may wear buffs. That is Special Task Force, STF, National Intervention Unit, NIU, and Tactical Response Team, TRT, during official approved operation. Under no circumstances may the South African Police Service emblem be imprinted on the buffs. Listen to this. What I've read now, did you hear the word, the cold case unit? No. That's where Brigadier Gininda belongs. So they are saying Brigadier Gininda's what does not fall under the categorized people that can wear that, and even the categorized individuals, they can only wear this on a specialized and approved mission. And you know, when you speak about the task force, South African task force, yeah, you know, when you talk about them, you kind of feel like, yeah, these ones, I must be scared of these ones. These are the last number. So even the way they dress, their bodies, like they are chosen specifically. So when it comes to them, you know, I kind of like feel like it makes sense. So these ones, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, guys. For me, looking at the group of Abamkwanas wearing that uniform, I kind of feel like, what are this group of people? Even if you give me a female who has done that training, I don't think I can literally fight that person because they look like those well-trained individuals. So such, yeah, we understand. Those ones we salute. They must wear. Without questions, those ones. You understand? Those ones, they must wear those things. They also said the same thing. NP. Criminal impersonating police officers using buffs to conceal their identities. Should such concealment become a standard practice, it will hinder the public's ability to distinguish between legitimate police officials and criminals. Members of the South African Police Service are required to remain identifiable at all times, which is why the display of name tag is compulsory. Oh, I know this was a lesson we didn't know, but it's for identification purposes. I know, makes sense. But today, I think you guys must also help us. What are these private vehicles of the state? I think also people who are using private vehicles of the state, it must also be people with a specialized mission. I get it, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they should not be using those private vehicles or unmarked vehicles. Let me say unmarked, not private, unmarked. But sometimes you find police using unmarked vehicles in simple matters. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not even a complicated mission. You're like, but we must be. You know, I want to see, or let me make an example. If I'm told that there are police who are dealing with or handling a specific situation, the first thing that you will want to see is when you approach the crime scene, at least let me see visible marked police vehicle. You know, it gives me this thing. Oh, okay, yeah, they must be allowed to do their job. Did you see what I'm saying? So I think also they need to address that to say people who are using unmarked vehicle must be also these categories of people on these specific missions. Not that we are saying they should not be. No, don't get us wrong. But hey, man, sometimes when they use this thing in simple matters, man, you kind of like, is this a police or what? They just don't know now. But they also said the following: members of the South African Police Service are required to remain unidentifiable at all time, which is why we've read that this one, which is why the name and the name tag. So then they go as far as talking about the dress code, which is very interesting. They said this: dress code order is issued by the South African Police Service, which is applicable exclusively to its members. Other law enforcement agencies such as Metro Police, EMPDs, are authorized to enforce their own dress code orders or policies. Oh, we thank you for clarifying that. But I think somehow the police must be regulated by one body. In a way, though it's Metro Police, SAPS, but I think somehow they must be regulated by the same board in terms of practice standard. Like if you are a Metro Police, irrespective of whether you belong to the South African Police Service, but this is a standard behavior. I think that's my thinking. What about you? The next one, they said, in accordance with the dress code order, police officials who are not attached to specialized unit are prohibited from wearing buffs. So people have added in the Bayama security guards, and I saw people posting some questions. But Another person asked the question, what do we call this, Vele? Batman, Brigadier, Bongan, Gininda. I'm not going to answer that. Somebody had commented and said the following. Thank you. Thank you. Must take action against Brigadier Bongani Gininda, tagged IP'd. That guy don't want to be identified, and he's got a lot of questionable deeds against which are still pending. Hey. People were coming hard for him. All right, and then somebody says, even private security cover their faces. I agree. We really need to deal with this scourge. I call it pandemic. Really, guys, this thing of unidentifiable individuals, you can't, like, that's why I'm complaining about, unidentifiable vehicles, who are police officers. Okay, some you later realize, oh, these are police vehicles, you understand? For instance, okay, yeah, some you later realize, but police visibility, it is important, when you see a scene or whatever, or an arrest. Just when you see this police marked vehicle, it just gives you this thing, you feel like, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how it just makes you feel like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, any comment on this one? The Senzo Mayor investigator, the state witness during court proceedings. Hey, no comment, my lord. No comment, my lord. No comment. Right. Okay. Lastly, somebody had said, do you mean this is illegal? Definitely illegal with big yes. Don't even ask. Big yes. This is illegal. So the question remains then unanswered. Why does Brigadier Bongan Gininda make sure that he remains unidentifiable? Why? Because if you don't want to be identified, then don't work for the side of police that will expose your identity. Then do not. For instance, you can be working in the crime intelligence somewhere there, but you can't be, you know what I'm saying? Man, guys, no. I am still not at peace with the fact that Brigadier Bongan Gininda does not want to be identified. That thing, I'm still not at peace with that thing, right? But yeah, that maybe it begs the following question. He has done it. He's look, yeah, man, who can't even say this word. Since he has done it, what will the police do? Because they are saying it is there on the code of conduct. In other words, he's already in breach of the code of conduct itself, which is not something that has been established today. It was brought to our attention today, but look, as they are speaking about it, they are not saying these are the new rules. They are saying based on the old rules, you must be visible. So it's not based on new rules that were made on the 12th of or on the 11th of August. So if it's not based on the new rules, let's then go back and say, since he has violated that, what will happen to him? Something must happen. What will happen to him? And another point is that they've already identified unit, not institution, unit, because South African Police Service is an institution, but within the institution called South African Police Service, there are different units, public order, special force, what. There are different units. So they have identified the units that are allowed to wear that, and also the conditions in which they should be wearing that. So they gave us a clear direction. And Brigadier Bongan Gininda's unit is not among those. So it is clear it's a violation of a standing order. Brigadier Bongan Gininda likes saying, it's a standing order and no. Yeah, now we want to know what will happen again. A violation of a standing order. I would be the first to report if we hear that something has or actions have been taken.